Stop and save this video because you'll probably need it at some point in the future. When you go into the ER, before you just blindly sign that stack of consents that they hand you, I want you to know that you can edit your financial consent form. So most hospital financial consents will look something like this. It'll say, I understand that I will be financially responsible for all charges and services that result from my care, whether or not I have insurance. You can actually cross out this type of verbiage and initial next to it like this person did here, and you're going to write this in instead.
Like I continue to point out, and as all of you are well aware of, it's these social media platforms that often expose us to information that we can just, go on Google, do a quick search and verify it for ourselves or not. But this is really a uniquely American problem in a nation that's supposed to be number one. People are having to find information like this on TikTok so they can say, actually, I'm only going to pay how much I'm supposed to pay. I mean, our just, insurance process is incredibly convoluted. It's very, very complicated. And all of that just so a bunch of, middlemen thugs, basically, a bunch of mafia middlemen can collect money for services that they don't even distribute themselves. I mean, yeah, but we're supposedly number one, right?
So here's a better graphic of what that says. This is off quizify.com. They did a great job of writing out this verbiage for patients. This is what you're going to write in, pause to read. Now, I know this is a bunch of medical jargon, but basically what this means is I agree to pay the fair market value for the services that I actually received.
And think about if you don't happen to work for some type of a corporation, just some well-to-do company that's relatively large that can provide you your health insurance, your good health insurance. If you're in a situation like that, it's easier to sign up for healthcare. It's easier to stay up to date because it's provided through a secure location. But if you're a contractor or, you don't have some type of a, bigger corporate job, then every single year you're faced with the proposition of, well, I got to re-sign up and, well, I got all these plans and this plan comes with this, this, and that, but it doesn't come with that and it doesn't pay for this. And oh, what do you know? Well, it was going to be, $1,500 a month, but luckily for me, I got this cheap discount. Now I only got to pay $638 a month. And this is, of course, why many people simply just choose to not have health care, especially people who are younger, because for the most part, it's like, this is a lot of money. This is cutting into my life. But America's number one.
So write this into your consent form, sign and date it, and ask for a copy. So now if the hospital tries to send you some huge inflated bill, you have a copy of your consent form to say that you did not agree to that, and it's easier to get your charges adjusted.
But with all that being said, perhaps we have an opportunity to fix our healthcare system in a bigger, more executive way sooner than 2028, as a recent New York Times and CNN college poll showed that 64% of Democrats are like, hey, Biden, why don't you go ahead and take a hike for 2024? Why don't you go ahead and live out the rest of your days somewhere else? Which makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like he, overall just isn't, prepared and he isn't poised to meet the challenge and meet the times that we're in now. So, maybe he'll take heed and go ahead and take a hike and do his own thing, and maybe we can get somebody else in there, somebody more progressive, somebody who's willing to take more of a top down approach. But as I always say, regardless if he runs or not, or whether he's in office again or not, we got to do what we got to do at the local level, at the state level, federal level, whatever it takes. We got to keep on fighting. So let's make sure we play our part.